Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're taking a look at Fragrance World's French Avenue Fierte. All right, so Fierte is from the House of Fragrance World. It's from their French Avenue line, and you can pick this bad boy up for between $50 and $65 at various discounters. Link will be down in the description if you decide you want to check this one out. Also have some coupon codes. Save yourself $5, 5% off various discounters if you decide you want to shop with them. I don't think I'm pronouncing the name right. You guys are probably going to roast me in the comments, but box presentation for Fierte, quite nice. It does have this kind of slide off cover. It has this window in here so we can see the cap of our fragrance bottle. All the necessaries on the back. And it does slide off like so to reveal another box inside, which has this kind of door that kind of opens up to reveal the full bottle presentation. So box presentation on this, pretty fancy. A little added pizzazz to that one. Bottle on this is going to be a little divisive, but I like this bottle. I kind of like this, got this wolf sitting on the front, kind of howling up at the moon or whatever you want to do right there, with this kind of nice, kind of like, I don't know, not a cylinder bottle, but unique bottle. And the cap on this is super heavy. The cap probably weighs as much, maybe even a little bit more than the actual bottle does. So I don't know, presentation on this I am quite enjoying. And the atomizer on this is a nice atomizer, good fat sprays. Doesn't go too far, but it'll definitely get the job done. So overall presentation on this, I'm digging it. So if you're wondering what Fragrance World's Fierte smells like, you've come to the right place. So I'm about to tell you. Some of the notes listed in this are black pepper, pink pepper, elemi, olibanum, saffron, bourbon vanilla, suede, and cedarwood. So let me tell you what I get from this fragrance. This is a clone of the YSL's Baby Cat, and let me tell you, they get really close with this one. In the opening, you get a really nice dose of those spices that come through. The black pepper, more of that pink pepper has this nice sweetness to it with that elemi. And the elemi in this has this really nice texture to it. It's got this kind of waxiness to it that works really well with those spices. Just kind of a nose tickle going on to it. Very spicy, but a nice mix of some kind of black pepper style of spice with some kind of sweetness that goes in, and the elemi kind of adds to that as well. Just really nice texture and very, very close to the YSL's Baby Cat opening. I would say that this one is actually a little bit more on the spicy side. I find the Baby Cat has a bit of a smoother opening in comparison to this one, but I kind of like that it kind of just, it punches you a little bit when you get that opening. As this opens up, you get a little bit more of that saffron comes through. You get that saffron spice, little hint of some kind of leatheriness that comes through, but it's more about the kind of spiciness in that saffron. The olibanum adds like a nice resinous nature to this, a little bit of a balsamic sweetness that works really well with that pink pepper. And then you get this really nice bourbon vanilla that starts to make its way through. And the bourbon vanilla becomes kind of the star of the show, and it just mixes in with those spices. It gives us this kind of like warm, cozy, like fresh out the oven kind of baked good sort of feel to it. A bit of like a gourmandy feel, but a really nice spice profile that works on, and a really rich vanilla that's in there. Again, very similar to the YSL's Baby Cat. I find the Baby Cat just a little bit sweeter just because this has a little bit more spice going on to it, but really it is a very similar DNA that's going on. As you get towards the dry down, this kind of shares the stage a little bit more with the vanilla as you get a little bit more of a woody profile that comes through. So this nice fresh spicy cedar comes through, mixes in with those spices, that saffron, some of those resinous balsamic aspects to it, and kind of shares it with that bourbon vanilla. So it's a little bit more of a spicy woody dry down, but you still get that sweetness coming through, just adding to that kind of gourmandy style of feel to it. And through, it's absolutely gorgeous, sexy, mysterious, flirty, but still sophisticated style of fragrance. And again, I would say this is about 90% on with Baby Cat. This one, differences I would say is probably, again, with the spiciness of this, the elemi that comes through with this, like the texture in it is a lot more prominent, whether you like that or not. That is a difference between this one and Baby Cat, but through and through, this is pretty much like a 90% on spot with the YSL's Baby Cat, and I absolutely love this one. So if you're into nice, spicy, woody style of fragrances, a little bit of a resinous nature to it, but it has a nice sweet profile, like a baked good, fresh out the oven, you're definitely gonna like this one. So when it comes to the performance of Fragrance World's Fierte, great performance on this one. This really, projection on this is really good. First 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours, this really does push off the skin. Those spices really push off. The resinous balsamic nature of this gives it kind of a heaviness as well. So you get a really nice scent bubble, nice sillage that goes to this one. So that initial, like I said, 3 hours or so, production on this is really good. And in terms of longevity, I'm getting 10 plus hours off my skin. And then this just lingers and lingers and lingers as a skin scent at that point. This really does last a long time. it gets a little bit more intimate after about that 3-hour mark, but it still has this kind of nice scent bubble that goes on. People are definitely going to smell you. And I was getting whiffs myself throughout the day when I was wearing this one. So I'd say the longevity is in the beast mode territory, and the projection is getting pretty close. Like, you could fill up the room if you go crazy on the sprays with this one. So longevity, definitely in that beast mode territory. Projection, it is super, super close. And I think giving this bottle a little bit more time, it's going to step into that territory. So moral of the story is performance on this, absolutely fantastic. So when it comes to the where and when, I think Fragrance World's Fierte would be most appropriate. This is definitely a fall and winter style of fragrance, perfect for that cold weather because of those spices that come through, the resins, the balsamic nature, that kind of spiced wood with that rich, sweet bourbon vanilla that mixes in there. It all just works together just to give you that comforting, cozy, warm sort of feel that is perfect for the cold weather. And those woods just kind of lend itself to that kind of fall season. It's just absolutely perfect for that time of year. Spring, you could maybe pull this off on kind of a cooler spring day, but like I said, it just fits the vibe for those cooler days for sure. In terms of occasions, I think this is fairly versatile. You could definitely wear this one casually, but this really speaks to kind of those date nights, those formal occasions. It has that sophistication, that mystique, that kind of sexy, flirty side. This is absolutely perfect for those date nights and formal occasions. The girl I'm dating right now absolutely loves this one. She just thinks it just has that, again, that kind of baked goods sort of feel, that spice, that vanilla that comes through, just kind of a delicious scent profile, and she is a big fan of this one. So great for date nights, great for formal occasions. Not a gym fragrance, and if you're gonna wear this to the office, really dial down the sprays, because like I said, the performance on this is pretty big, and because it has that spice, you might start kind of intruding on other people's space with it, so be careful if you wear this to the office, but overall, pretty versatile fragrance and great for the fall and the winter. So my overall thoughts on Fragrance World's Fierte. Can't tell already, I'm just a big fan of this fragrance. Really enjoy the quality of this fragrance, the rich vanilla that comes through, the spice profile that's here, that waxy LME that's worked its way through, and that dry down of that kind of spiced woods with that rich creamy vanilla that sits in there. Just a very, like I said, kind of a baked good, like a nice spice profile, warm, cozy, inviting, but sexy, mysterious flirtiness that goes on to it with that kind of sophistication as well. It just works, and I absolutely love this one. Performance on this is fantastic, and it's such a close dupe to the YSL Baby Cat that if you're looking to kind of replace that, or you're looking to kind of like save your Baby Cat a little bit, I think there's the differences are so minor. I think they did a great job in getting close to that style of DNA. And personally, this one outperforms the Baby Cat in my experience so far. So really happy with this one. I think Fragrance World knocked it out of the park, and I think you might want to check it out. That's Fragrance World's Fierte. And I want to hear from you guys. What's another Fragrance World fragrance that I should be checking out, doing a full review on? Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, different tastes and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.